The old woman sat in her favorite armchair, her gaze unwaveringly fixed on the grandfather clock in the corner. It was an antique, a relic from a bygone era that had been passed down from her late grandmother. The clock was known to be haunted, or at least that's what the locals said. But Martha didn't care. She'd inherited the house and the clock along with it, and now she couldn't bear to part with either. As the hands of the clock moved ever so slightly, each tick echoed in the vast silence of the room. The ticking grew louder and more insistent as midnight approached. Martha found herself inexplicably drawn to the clock, its pendulum swinging like a judge's gavel, marking the slow death knell of the day. She watched as the long shadows cast by the clockie's hands began to writhe and twist like living things. They stretched and distorted, becoming grotesque parodies of themselves. Fear, cold and clammy, started to creep up on Martha's throat. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The air grew thick and heavy, and the room seemed to warp and twist around her. Doorways blurred into one another, and the walls melted into a swirling vortex of color. Through it all, the clock ticked relentlessly, its voice booming in her ears. Then, as the clock struck 12, the glass on the pendulum swung wildly, shattering the crystal into a million pieces. Blinding white light erupted from the clock, and Martha felt herself being pulled into its swirling depths. She reached out to steady herself, but there was nothing to hold on to. The clock's ticking was the last thing she heard before everything went black. When Martha woke up, the room was silent. The clock stood in the corner, its hands frozen at 12. The shattered remains of the pendulum lay at its base, and the room was filled with the soft glow of dawn. For a moment she couldn't remember what had happened. Then the terror of the night before came flooding back. She stumbled out of bed and rushed to the window. The sun was rising, casting its golden rays across the peaceful countryside. Had it all been a dream? She wondered. Then she noticed something strange. The clock was ticking again, its hands moving ever so slightly, as if nothing had happened. And in that moment, Martha knew that whatever had possessed the clock the night before was gone, but she couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding. After all, she thought, it's only a matter of time until its final tick.